Bryant, president of the Hartford Hurricanes youth football cheerleading team, #1 youth football program in New England.
Show someone the beat. Here we go now.
It's funny, so we started in 2009. We was actually in the city of Hartford league, and our kids was playing, 5 or 6 games, and they weren't traveling. So we was like, city of Hartford need to be able to, show their talent throughout the whole United States. And so that's why we started looking for leagues, and we found Pop Warner, obviously one of the longest youth football national programs in history, and we jumped in 2009.
My name is Elijah Camardi. I'm 13 years old. I play for the Hartford Hurricanes, and I play football. I play quarterback. I've been playing for like 4 to 5 years with the Hurricanes. They're a great program.
My name is Makai Bonds. I'm in the 8th grade. I'm 13, and I play for the Hartford Hurricanes, and I play wide receiver. I've been playing for the Hurricanes for about like 4 or 5 years so far. The Hurricanes, they're a youth football group in the city of Hartford, Connecticut, and it's pretty fun playing for them.
It's a funny thing because in 2009 we actually played a season and nobody won a game. So, we found that when we made our transition from being the champions in Hartford to jumping in Pop Warner, that things didn't pan out the way we thought. So we regrouped as coaches, as an association, moved to 2012. We made our first national appearance on ESPN against Holy Cross. They were 70-2, and we knocked them off in triple overtime, the highest Twitter ratings that Pop Warner Nationals had ever seen. And then in 2015 we repeated, and since 2015 we've been back down to nationals, been on ESPN 2 more times, so it's been a beautiful run. So it's funny because I always talk about in 2012, when I talk about that team, when I talk, Dex Lawson, Delshawn Jackson, Tyler Allen, Kai Gillespie, Dean Jones, and all those guys, when they first made it down to national and played on national TV, one thing that did for all the kids in this city and the kids in the Hartford Hurricanes is now they knew that it was possible for them to accomplish the ability to play on national TV.
Like a couple years ago, we went to Florida, and that changed me because I didn't know many stuff about my teammates. When we were on the bus, we used to talk and stuff about what's going on and stuff.
Every time we travel, it's fun. We always be pumping on a bus, getting motivated for the game. We go to Massachusetts and all over the place. It's fun. The friends, the exposure is it's really good. The national TV exposure, colleges, some colleges looking at you is just great. Playing other teams from Florida, Cali, Georgia, Texas, all the teams, it's just great exposure for college coaches to see you on TV.
Up until that point, we had always watched it on TV, and it was like this mythical thing that you could make. And then they let you know, and they let the city know, and the kids know it's possible. We can do this. And so I think that the program in itself, the way we design the program now, and the way we train, and the way we cultivate kids from 5 years old throughout the program, we cultivate them with the intention that they're going to go down and represent us nationally. They're going to be able to go into hostile environments, whether it's Boston, Mass, or Rhode Island, and compete, being screamed at, and all of this stuff. And I think it's getting well rounded.
All the time, the coaches, if you have something that's wrong with you or something like that, you have to go ask them, and they actually help you out. And discipline, they're great with that. If you need help.
When you play for the Hurricanes, they'll teach you discipline and respect. Those are 2 most important things. And then when you're finished with the Hurricanes, you'll come out a strong athlete, maybe even recruited to a high school, college, whatever you want to go to.
Take a kid that leaves the Hurricanes and he happened to go to high school. He got to go play in New Britain High School at night for a night game. Crowd screaming, drum roll playing. It's not going to bother him at all. He did it in youth football for years. He played on national TV. What more could you have that'll threaten the intention of you just being able to go out and play, other than the experience that I've been through this and I can relate to something that I've been through. So I think the program, what it does is it get kids well-rounded and sets them up nicely to go to Division One and be comfortable and understand that I gotta compete and be able to compete at a high level, because a lot of these kids, they've played against kids before around the area. You know, I speak of Marquise, was also on that team, and he ended up playing against a kid who went to Clemson as a D1 full ride quarterback this year, and they played against each other in youth football.
I think Coach Phil, he's a cool person. This is my first year being with him, and so far it's pretty fun.
Coach Phil is a great coach. He has won like over 5 championships. He's a great coach. He likes the kids. He helps with fundamental things that you need help with. And like he's a competitive coach. Like he does not like losing at all. And that's what I like about Coach Phil. Like I'm the same way.
And so, you know, I think that we're putting kids in position and changing the mentality to put them on a path to success that'll catapult them to the next level of, you know, Division I and possibly the NFL. So games, I'll take them by portions. One portion that we do is I get a lot of calls from schools, me personally, but so do my coaches, right? I get calls from kids that's in the program or kids that left. And one thing that we do is we show up to the school. And a lot of times we show up to the school unannounced. And the reason we do that is to let the kid know that we have a relationship with the school outside of them. And so that at any point, we try to use that as an angle to keep the kid aligned with the school goals, knowing that there's an open door policy between the Hartford Hurricanes coaches and the youth, and I mean the Hartford Hurricane coaches and the administration of the school, and that somewhat helps.
I think when I'm in the classroom and I'm doing my work, I think about how I want to play for them, so I don't like get bad grades. Like it helps me, it motivates me to do good in the classroom.
Another thing we do is you know, a lot of our kids don't have fathers, like you said, and one thing that we understand is that we become a father figure, whether we want to or not, to a lot of kids that happen to grasp onto something that you're giving at that field, and they start to look up to you. And you start to see that all kids won't gravitate towards the same coach.
I played with Coach Kayvon and Coach Jane for like 3 years, I think so. And they taught me a lot of things.
So some coaches get kids that gravitate towards them, and we utilize that as an advantage for us. So we use that coach to get to know the kid. So when that kid have an outburst or have a problem, it's not always that the kid bad. Something could have happened at home. The kid may not want to tell Coach Phil or tell Coach Boots, but he may be willing to tell Coach Rich or Coach Chaz. So one thing we do is we appear at many of the kids' houses, sit down at their kitchen table, talk to them about, you know, respecting Mom Dukes, because, you know, kids are getting older, they're getting a little bigger. Mom ain't as big, so they puffing out their chest. We need to let them know, dude, that's not the way. We had mothers and we were bigger than them, but we respected them.
I like to see myself playing in college ball in 10 years.
Going to a Division I college, probably going to North Carolina University and et cetera, other schools in 10 years. See myself going to the NFL and doing good.
Through my years of youth football, I learned that teamwork and effort are like the most important things to you, and like dedication.
And so the mentoring part of it is kind of like a boys to men relationship, just trying to let them see that transition of what it's like to be boys, and, you know, what it's like to have black men that been where they've been and grew up where they grew up, that, and how to properly react in those environments. And so we do the education part as coaches, but we also, the bigger part, believe it or not, is us playing a role in many of the kids' lives and many of their daily life, and getting calls at 11 o'clock at night, having to put a kid up because mom kicked him out, he wasn't acting right. So we deal with the whole gamut of what's going on in the city of Hartford. So the Hartford Hurricanes do football and cheerleading ages 5 to 15. We are at www.hartfordhurricanes.org. You can find us on Facebook at Hartford Hurricanes, facebook.com/Hartford Hurricanes, or twitter.com/Team Canes. We already started training Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. The season starts August 1st. You can register online. It's first come, first serve. We understand we coaches will teach your kid the game. You don't have to be a superstar to play for us. But we will require the dedication and discipline and determination that it takes from the kid, but also the family and the parents and the uncles and the aunts and everybody. Because we want to make sure that everybody understands that Hurricanes is a community organization. So our goal is to bring the parents, the youth, and the local community together to provide an atmosphere and an environment where our kids can not only show their talent, but they know that they're supported by all three of those phases, and that's really the goal of the Hartford Hurricanes.